Gen Z needs to lock in. In what though? Like what are we speaking about? I mean, I'm Gen Z. I'm not Gen Alpha. I'm Gen Z. So what do we need to lock in about? I'm curious.
Is a term that I've heard getting thrown around time and time again. What started off as a simple boost of motivation to get your work done, it's blossomed far beyond its original meaning. It's been used in scenarios like,
my mom is kind of homeless.
Dude, I'm watching the stream while you try not to laugh, bro.
No matter what side of the internet you're on, I'm sure you've heard this term before. However, one age-old question still remains. What does it mean to lock in? Well, that's just the thing. Depending who you're talking to, being locked in can mean completely different things. If you're talking to the average student who maybe has an assignment due the next day, locking in might mean working on what needs to be done. If you ask a giga alpha male who was raised by wolves, allegedly, it might mean doing excessive amounts of going to the gym and flexing your wealth on 13-year-olds, of course. But if you were to ask me, I would probably say locking in is working on a YouTube video. In my underwear at 4 a.m. On a diet consisting of dino nuggets and caffeine. I need to make some serious health changes. However, I've made a disturbing but true revelation. No matter how you define locking in, or where in the world you may reside, if you are a part of Gen Z, we all need to collectively lock in together, otherwise we are so f***ed. The most obvious thing being that almost everything under the sun is being hit with inflation. I went to the store to buy a Calypso lemonade the other day for the first time in like 7 years, and when
Bro, Calypsos, oh my gosh, I forgot about those. Those are so good, but I do not buy those because, dude, they're expensive, and he's about to talk about that right now. But dude, they're like $3-4, bro. And yeah, it's like a glass bottle of, like, what was it? What's the flavor? Like Blue Ocean lemonade or something. But still, bro, I'm not paying $3-4 for that. You're crazy. Heck no, I'm sticking with my Arizona. That's what I'm sticking with. And even that, the prices went up.
I used the self-checkout Calypso lemonade the other day for the first time in like 7 years. And when I used the self-checkout, I was so appalled with the price my eyes had the misfortune of seeing. $4.49.
Exactly.
Almost $5 for a fucking lemonade. For that price, I better be going to the Calypso Island myself and sipping the sweet elixir out of the lakes. Also, no, I don't want to donate $2 to the Children's Hospital. Thank you very much. That's half my Calypso money. Guys, no. That was a...
No. I remember I went to a Smartman final this one time, and then I literally was buying something. I was in the checkout, and I was buying like maybe some chips and like a drink or something. And then I was paying in cash, and the screen came up, and she's like, she didn't even say it yet. She like, usually they're like, oh, like, would you like to donate? Like, you could just press whatever. Like, it literally came up on the screen for 1 second and went like the donate thing for charity, and I went no. And bro, I was with my friend Rodney, and he was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you didn't even think about that. You just went straight up, and we were dying.
Joke, I almost always donate to the Children's Hospital. How was that? Was that good?
Yeah, maybe try and sound a little more.
And look, I'm not saying anything that I wouldn't donate to the charity, because I've donated before, but you know, just to be honest, my mind wasn't thinking at all, so I just kind of went, and you know.
Alright, I got you. Guys, that's a joke. I almost always donate to the Children's Hospital. In short, locking in means putting all of your focus and energy into one thing, not letting anything get in the way of your desired success or breaking your focus. If there's one thing that we humans all have in common, it's that every one of us wants success.
Yeah.
Who's more confident?
I definitely want success. Everyone wants success. I want success in what I'm doing right now. I'm streaming, but I'm also, you know, doing a video. I want to grow my content, grow my community, grow my channel, and everything. Oh, shit.
Every one of us wants success. And a foot job. So riddle me this. If locking in is so unbelievably important, then why does Gen Z seemingly have a problem to successfully do so? I mean, it's not...
Okay, look. My room do be dirty sometimes, and not like dirty as in like musty, but like there's just clothes on the ground. And I know I have this, but like sometimes I just forget to just pick them up, or maybe I don't have space for this, or maybe I have pants and I can't really hang them up. But like sometimes I just fold my clothes like after I wash them, and I just put them on my bed, and it falls over in the ground, and I just forget to pick it up. Like, it's annoying, but I just forget. That's it. So he's kind of right about that.
Not like we don't want to live a prosperous and successful life. It's just that walking in, it's so it fucking sucks, dude. There is literally no other way of putting it. If there was an option between actually being productive and eating Hot Pockets and watching YouTube all day,
I've never had a Hot Pocket. I've never had a Hot Pocket in my life. I actually need to try one. Should we try one? We should try one for short. I think we should try one for sure. Recommend in the comments which one I should try. Is there multiple ones? Or is it, I know there's a pizza one. I don't know what there is. Never tried it.
Eating Hot Pockets and watching YouTube all day, 90% of people would choose the second option. I'm gonna be so real. If there's one thing in my life that I'm not great at, it's the ability to successfully lock in. For as long as I can remember, the scenario in my head has always been, all right, man, this is the one. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna get work done, and I'm actually gonna lock in. Dude, I'm gonna lock in so hard, the world's not even ready to see what's gonna happen. Oh man, I'm gonna be an animation machine.
No, wait. No, wait. That's real, bro. That's actually so real. Oh my gosh. No, because I'm just like, I'm about to lock in. Let me start making my list on my phone. Let me start putting some notes down on what I'm going to do this next month and everything. Once I open the TikTok or Instagram Reels, bro, I'm hooked. Gosh, man.
That's funny. You know, it's weirdly comfortable to know that it's not just me who struggles with this and that tons of other people have this exact same experience, except maybe sometimes it's things that are more important than getting a YouTube video done. I've seen a few videos on the good old TikTok of people sharing the common sentiment that they just can't lock in. And while the answer has been lost for so long, I believe that I've made a breakthrough discovery that has never been talked about before in the history of the universe ever by anybody. Ever. Social media. It's obviously no surprise that this plays a big part in people not being able to completely focus for an extended period of time. I mean, considering when you sit down and do your work, you're actually sitting there in your own silence surrounded by nothing but your own thoughts instead of having constant straight dopamine pumped into your veins.
Okay, no, I do be kind of hooked in, like, while I'm in class. Like, if I just pull out my phone or something, I'm on Reels. Not TikTok, I'm on Reels, bro. Because Reels are the funny ones. That's where you get the funny content. So I just be on there, like, straight up just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Like, I'm hooked, bro. And then they either be like, put your phone away, or like, give me your phone. And I'm like, no, I'll put it away. Yeah, you know, got you. Right here. It's right here in my pocket. Like, it gets to a point, bro. It really does. And he's right. When I'm doing my work, it's just straight silence, and I can't even think straight. So sometimes I just put my AirPods on and I'm just listening to music. But sometimes that is a little distracting too, because I'm just like focused on the music and on the assignment.
Sitting alone in complete silence without any form of stimulation?
Exactly.
Nightmare fuel. I've already talked about this pretty extensively in some of my other videos about social media, but I truly believe that one of the reasons that this is so prevalent, especially with younger generations today, is that for the most part, we grew up spending more time on screens than any other generation in the past. It was significantly easier to get literally any type of content we were craving within that very second than it would have been for somebody growing up in the 1960s who didn't have anything but a radio and a Vietnam draft note. And this exact exact scenario is the same with tons of other people, maybe just with different circumstances. Last week I made a video about the reality of being a YouTuber, and one thing that I failed to mention extensively is the fact that every single video that you see on my channel, I procrastinated till like the very last second. In case some of you didn't know, some of my videos are recorded and edited all in the span of 12 hours. And every single time this happens, I'm sitting there at 4 a.m. going, why did I do this? This is terrible. I'm never doing this again. And then I do it again and again and again.
That's good. That's a
and
habit.
again. Man,
That's good, because he's posting out his content. He's doing what I don't know if he loves doing it. I can't speak for him, but he's doing his thing, you know? After you do it for a while, and it becomes a habit, so it's good.
even doing it with this video. The amount of people I know and meet who do this exact same thing, whether it be with work or school, is kind of concerning. I don't think you need to be some sort of rocket scientist to understand that this is not the healthiest of lifestyles. So, together, join me, my friends, as we find the solution on how to successfully lock in. There's tons of videos out there on the internet that can help my feeble mind truly grapple this mindset on locking in, like this one, how locking in became Gen Z's new hustle culture.
This is locking in. The phrase is everywhere. Whispered in.
Because of course every single aspect of this video is completely AI generated, from the art to the voice to the fucking description. Is it not ironic that somebody decided to make a video about the commitment of doing?
Did they actually AI generate the description? Locking in is used to mean fucking lock in. Yeah, ain't no way. It's crazy. You know, but sometimes those AI generators or those AI like readers, they're not accurate. They're not accurate at all. You could, like, if you really are like a good writer and you start writing something, sometimes it'll show it as AI. And it's just like, the heck, like I wrote this. It just depends, man. Like, it's getting bad.
Is it not ironic that somebody decided
look AI generated though
to make a video about the commitment of doing work, but then couldn't actually be bothered to do any work, so they turned to AI to do it for them? Oh, the AI. It leaves me no choice. I must turn to the only people who believe in me, alpha males.
2 months of hard work, you and your bro could get the nice car, the nice apartment.
Okay.
What do you subscribe to?
Prime.
But how do I do that?
All you have to do is lock in.
Okay, but how do I do that?
Dog, from 16 to 17, I made $180,000 profit in high school.
He's not gonna tell us how he did it, is he? See, this is something I've come to notice with people who claim to be motivational alpha businessmen, is that they seem to think that either yelling into a microphone on a random podcast or filming a TikTok in their $130,000 car is the solution to getting people to lock in. And instead of giving you actual advice on how to do so, they just repeat the same thing over and over again, talking about their wealth. And even if they
tell you about their wealth and their success, and then they're just like, you need to do this to be able to do it, but they don't tell us how. They don't tell us how to do it. They just say, do it.
do give you advice, it's always the same 3 things being said.
Go to the gym, turn off your phone, and simply stop being sad.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Exactly.
I have such a strong disdain for these types of influencers because they're well aware that the only people who are actually listening and taking the advice that they out more often than not are people who find themselves at rock bottom and are so desperate for a change they're willing to do literally anything, even if it means spending money on a course just to have an alpha male brag about their wealth. With all that being said, I've seen just as many videos online of people talking about how they're finally ready to lock in. I don't know about you guys, but I think the great lock-in of 2025 is among us. Taking more than 1 shower a week? Check. Making my own food instead of ordering DoorDash? Check. Going to the gym once a day? Check. Oh man, 2025 is gonna be legendary. Oh, it's October. I'll do it next year. There seems to be a continuous cycle where people talk about how much they're gonna lock in and change their perspective on life, and they do it successfully for an entire week, and then never do it again. I definitely don't even have the right to shame people for doing this, because I do the exact same thing. For like the past 2 years, I've been telling myself that I'm finally gonna go to the gym and get ripped, put on some muscle on my bones. And for a little bit of time, I did exactly that. I would wake up at 7 a.m., be at the gym for 7:15, work out until like 8, and be home at 8:15. And you want to know the best part? Every single time I would do it, I always felt really good about myself. And so I continued to do it for the next 12 days. The reason I stopped going in the first place is because one day I woke up and I just told myself, I'll do it tomorrow. 2 years later, not only am I yet to go back to the gym and I'm rocking the exact same physique, but I'm also yet to cancel my gym membership because I keep telling myself that I'm gonna go back and lock in. That's not gonna happen, and I need to stop lying to myself saying that it is. I don't think this is something that's talked about.
I did that one time. I was like, I'm about to lock in, I'm about to work out, I'm about to be jacked. Did that for like a week. Literally, I did feel better about myself. I'd start like going in the bathroom and just start flexing in the mirror. I felt better about myself, to be honest. But that's not gonna do anything. There's no change. Like, there's no instant change. Maybe like in your mind there's a bit of a change, but like it's not doing shit. You're still skin and bones.
Nearly enough, and that's how miserable the feeling of burning out is. Like, not only does it take a huge physical toll on you in the sense that you constantly feel exhausted, but also in the mental sense that your mood is just all over the place and that there's a feeling eating away at the back of your mind, constantly telling you that you can do more when it's really not that easy. The feeling of not doing anything is so ass because deep down you know that you should be working, but you just can't physically bring yourself to do so, especially if you've been working for a much longer period of time, especially if you have a bunch of pressure associated with it. This is pretty similar to what some manga artists do, where they do the entirety of their workload in a short period of time, and 9 times out of 10, it's a success, and the product that they're able to make time and time again is always so beautiful until they kick the bucket. And I don't know about you, but I really don't want to end up like that. So please do yourself a favor and take it easy. I'm not saying sit around and do nothing all day, because after a certain period of time you'll just feel worse and wish that you did work. But yeah, just be nice to yourself. Anyways, that's really all I have to say this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to follow my Twitter.
And it always happens where you're like thinking to yourself, like, let me lock in. It always happens like at night. It always happens like when you're about to go to sleep. You're in bed and you're just like, man, I need to lock in, man. I need to lock in. I need to do what I need to do, man. I need to work out. I need to, stay clean. I need to do everything, man. And what happens? It's nighttime. If you're saying that you need to lock in, but you're not even sleeping at the time that you need to go to bed. You need your sleep. And then the next morning you just forget. You just forget about everything you just said last night about locking in. Either that you forget, or that you just feel lazy. Because then you're just like, I'll lock in later. Right now, let me just take 4 or 5 more minutes of sleep. And then you're just like, knocked out for like the next hour. It was a W video though. I like it.